Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
What's wrong with you? You have a.
Oh my God.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Morning Report. Breaking news out of Manhattan. Alvin Bragg's office just dropped all charges against Brianna J. Rivers. This woman caught on video assaulting pro-life advocate Savannah Craven Antao. You heard me right. A clear-cut assault.
That's really.
Recorded for the world to see, and the Manhattan DA office managed to lose the case. Let's go back. Savannah was doing what thousands of activists do every day, speaking your mind in public. A young woman standing on the street corner talking to people.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused.
Out of nowhere, Brianna Rivers walks up on camera, slams her in the face.
That's really.
Hard enough to draw blood. Hard enough to send Savannah to the hospital for stitches. This isn't hearsay. It wasn't he said, she said. It was recorded. Brianna Rivers did not hide it. In fact, she bragged about it online. And still, after all of that, the DA's office said, never mind. Let's be clear. This isn't about some faceless bureaucrat misplacing paperwork. This is about Alvin Bragg's office. He runs it. His name is on the building. If his team fails to follow through, he owns it. That's leadership 101. You don't get to enjoy the spotlight for the wins and then shove the failures off into some low-level staff. The buck stops at the DA's desk. So here's the real problem. This is a message. If you assault a pro-life activist in New York City, don't worry about it. Nothing's going to happen to you. Think about that. A city where political violence can be filmed in broad daylight. The evidence blasted across social media, the suspect literally admitting it. And still the system looks the other way. This obviously is not justice. This is selective enforcement. And selective enforcement is no enforcement at all. Okay. Ask yourself, if the roles were reversed, if a pro-life activist had walked up and punched a pro-choice demonstrator in the face, would Alvin Bragg's office have forgotten to file a certificate of readiness? Do you think so? Would that case have been dismissed quietly on a summer Friday? Or would we see wall-to-wall headlines about violent extremism from the right and the assault on a democracy? Now, of course, we all know the answer. Savannah Craven Antao deserves justice. What she got was indifference, incompetence, and political cowardice. Alvin Bragg may think this case will fade away, but the message it sends is loud and clear. Under his watch, justice is not blind, it's partisan. And for every New Yorker, pro-life or not, this should frighten you. Because when prosecutors decide which victims matter and which don't, no one is safe. My name is William Lawson. This is Morning Report. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something else about it. And for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.
On April 3rd, 2025, I, Savannah Craven Antao, was brutally assaulted in the streets of Harlem while conducting interviews on Planned Parenthood. The entire shocking interaction was caught on camera by my husband, leaving no doubt that the assailant, Brianna J. Rivers, was not only guilty of aggravated assault, but also exulting over her own vicious criminal act. Rivers was arrested and reportedly charged with felony assault. But after an interview with 2 prosecutors, I was informed that the felony had been downgraded to a misdemeanor. Despite indisputable video evidence of brutal assault and battery, producing significant injury, trauma, and resulting in over $3,000 in medical bills. Over the next few weeks, the Office of the New York District Attorney, Alvin Bragg, infamous for its two-tiered system of justice that favors criminals over victims, failed to pursue the case. On July 23, 2025, I find out the prosecution simply allowed this misdemeanor to be dismissed on speedy trial grounds, apparently due to the prosecution's failure to file a certificate of readiness. I was never advised by the prosecution that my case had essentially been abandoned. As a matter of fact, the prosecutor assigned to handle my case isn't even admitted to the New York bar, just an inexperienced law school graduate. Yet he was able to handle my case under a student practice rule, which is supposed to apply to only very minor offenses. Prior to the dismissal, the prosecutors failed to communicate with me and with my lawyers, and the failure to communicate continued after my lawyers intervened on my behalf to try and find out how this case could be dismissed. To this day, my lawyers and I have received zero reply, despite multiple text messages, emails, and phone calls. It is inconceivable that a violent assault case such as this, one that received widespread media attention, including that shocking video, would be put into the hands of somebody not even admitted to the New York bar, who then allowed for the case to be dismissed. It is hard to avoid the conclusion that this case was deliberately sabotaged. To this day, my assailant, Brianna J. continues to show zero remorse and make jokes about her act of violence toward me and other pro-lifers. I do not want clicks, fame, or sympathy for what happened to me. I want justice for the countless pro-life and conservative activists that go out and peacefully stand up for what they believe in. And justice for the thousands of preborn children who will be aborted today, tomorrow, and the next. No one on either side of the aisle should experience physical violence for using their First Amendment right. Shame on you, Alvin Bragg.